Hey everybody, Tina Campbell, the New York Regional Partner of Master Networks. Some of you know we're a national networking organization and we're into training and we're into community service. But we're here today to help entrepreneurs and business people to grow and pivot during this difficult time and beyond there. And we're doing these lunch and learns with each other to hopefully highlight some of our members who can help people pivot during and after this transitioning to our new normal. So today I'm really lucky. I have Madeline Klein on the Lunch and Learn, and she's going to be talking about your leadership legacy. Hey Madeline, how you doing?
Good, Tina. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Um, you know, what you do is so important to help people rise to the occasion, especially now during this time. And hopefully some of the tips we discussed today will make will give people more peace of mind and understand and appreciate
That's great.
serving not only in their family and their business, but also with their families.
Yeah. I mean, I love, I mean, you'll explain why you're an authority on leadership, but I just want to say thank you for all of the help that you've been giving me over the last, since I feel like I think we know each other a year now.
About that.
I mean, I feel like I've known you forever, but it's so funny, right?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely,
so
definitely.
I'm going to share I'm going to share my screen with your um, presentation. So here we go. Just let me know when you need me to
Okay,
flip it.
so, you're probably asking the question, why listen to me? And that's a really good question. Um, what makes me a leader in the field of leadership is not that I've created the information, but I'm really good at synthesizing and sharing the information. This is information that's been existing from the beginning of time, from the time of Socrates, the Greeks and the Romans. And so I stand on the shoulders of so many who've come before me. Now, here is the journey I've taken. I'm a holistic momentum coach certified by the Alan Cohn Foundation for Holistic Life Coaches. You certainly can Google Alan Cohn and get some wisdom from him directly. I am a PhD candidate in the philosophy of educational leadership with a concentration on social emotional learning. I am also studying the impact of social emotional leadership, which is the up and coming way that leaders will succeed as we move on, not only through this crisis, but through the next century. And I am the author of the upcoming online course, Creating Your Leadership Legacy in Your Personal and Professional Life. It really starts with you. Leading by example is probably the most important principle there is. And the way you lead by example is with the most important people in your life, and that is your family, the kind of family leader you are, regardless of the role you have. So
That's interesting.
my example would be as a grandma, I'm Grandma Maddie. And I am, not that I'm the matriarch of the family, there are many other, fortunately, grandparents, but by my behavior, I behave like I want my children and my grandchildren to behave. I just try to be the person I want them to be.
That's
That's
fantastic. I am totally in
okay.
agreement with you.
Okay, so what does it mean to be a good leader? Many of us are not even thinking about leadership because we're not in business or we're not in a big business. But as I just mentioned, all the roles of a leader, all the behaviors need to be exhibited, and it's really a wonderful gift to exhibit it in whatever role you are, in your family, in your community, with your friends, with your family. So you can read these, they're right there, very simple, such as focusing on team interests and needs. The holiday season is upon us, and whether you're celebrating Passover or Easter, sure, everybody's focusing on what everybody wants to do. Same thing in business. Encouragement, support, recognition, inspiration. All of these are self-explanatory, and if we could just make this a to-do list on how to be, we're called human for a reason. We're not perfect, but we're human beings, not perfect beings. But if we can aspire to this, we'll become better people and better leaders. Okay, Tina.
I just want to say one thing. I'm going to print this out because I really want to kind of check off where I need to work on things. So I thank you for that. And I'm sure we can even get this out to other people that are listening. So
I think that would be
great
really
list.
helpful for everyone.
Great list.
Okay, so here we go. I'm a leader, not a follower, unless it's a really dark, scary place, and then you're going first. How often do we feel that way? Like when it gets really tricky, we fall to the back of the line, so to speak. We don't step up because it's really scary. But folks, these are the moments that are the most important, that we can make the biggest contribution. So it's something to consider as you move forward. Tina? Okay, so these are our role models. And again, do I consider myself an Abraham Lincoln or a Gandhi or Mother Teresa? Of course not. I mean, these are unbelievably amazing icons. And we do stand on the shoulders of them. But if we consider them when we're making a decision with regard to another human being, then we can become better leaders as a result. And I encourage you to read the biographies, even the Cliff's Notes biographies of all of these people, if you're not familiar with their stories. Very inspiring.
I was just writing some of that down because I think, yeah, we forget sometimes, right? The past creates the future, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The leader adjusts the sails. And I love this, and I know Tina loves this,
I love John Maxwell.
because we don't have to do anything. We just need to flex our leadership muscles, which really means flexing our interpersonal muscles, our own self-discipline muscles, that we just don't react. We think, and then we adjust. Happiness is definitely adjustment, as one of my mentors, Bill McGrain, may he rest in peace, taught me. Tina? Okay, so who are you? Are you the Flash? Are you Olaf? Are you Marita? Are you SpongeBob SquarePants? He said something about, she's SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Some people are worth melting for. God bless Olaf. Life doesn't give us purpose. We give life purpose. See, that's me. That's the Flash. I really believe that. Life doesn't give us purpose. We give life purpose.
Yep.
So, something to consider. Who is your example?
That's funny.
Next. Okay, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. I didn't say that. As I said, we get the wisdom from the folks we're standing on the shoulders of, and one of them is John Quincy Adams. So let's say you never thought of yourself as a leader, even if you're a mom or a dad, or in your personal life. Well, think of these as the job description. I'm sure you inspire others to do these things, and just do more and more of it, and you're the greatest leader that you can be when you're doing more and more of what John Quincy Adams suggests. Tina? This is a good one, because a lot of people are afraid to fail. So don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid not to try. Not to try. Think about it. And if you really need proof of this, just Google all the people who failed their way to success in history. It would take me a half hour to discuss even 2 lines about every single person in history who failed their way to success.
Yep.
But you can't get anywhere unless you open the door. unless you step out of the room, unless you put yourself out there. So if you're afraid to try, then you'll be, you might, God forbid, die with the music still inside you. And really, not to be morbid, but I was taught to write your eulogy years before, so you create the eulogy you want. And when,
That's great.
hopefully, I'll be over 100 years old when this happens, like my son-in-law's grandma, who lived to 102 and just passed. But on my deathbed, what am I going to be thinking about? Am I going to be thinking about all the things I did, or am I going to think about, oh, I should have done that. I should have done that. And I don't want to have that. I want to know that, okay, everything didn't work, but boy, you gave it the old college try. No.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Okay.
Tina. Wish this was interactive. It would be fun. Okay, so this is self-explanatory. The greatest leaders put the burden of work on themselves and support their team members. They just take it on. And Tina's a great example of that.
Oh, thank you.
She manages this whole huge network of people, and there's nobody who does more than she does. She asks people to help her out sometimes, but boy, she sets the example. So the greatest leaders do that.
Madeline, this morning, I had a leadership meeting this morning, and one of the things I was talking to them about was being the servant leader, right? That's kind of was a new term for me, maybe not everybody else, up until a few years ago. And I started to read more about that and hear more about that, and that's where you really put, your people in the forefront. You're the servant leader. And
well, you've also taken that, Tina, not to another level, as you'll see shortly, beyond the authentic servant leader. Now, the next dimension of that, you're already living right now, and you're going to see that in one of the slides. So good for you. That's right.
Okay, so go for it.
Okay. So leaders have the capacity to translate vision into reality. Warren Bennis. Translate vision into reality. And that's, my daughter-in-law, who is amazing. She's got our two little Raya and Harris. They're 4 and 2. And even during this challenging time, she's taking all her visions of what she wants to do with them and figuring out how to turn them into reality, regardless of the circumstances. She's getting it done. She's getting it done, whether it's out in nature or it's taking the inside time and making sure they know how talented they are and how capable they are, and doing different things which engage them. Such creativity. That's turning vision into reality. So
Can I just mention something? So one of the things that I've been saying to people is become the leader. What does that mean? Take, whether it's in your industry, you could be doing this kind of thing. You could be doing, Zoom calls and recording on FaceTime, whatever it is, or Facebook Live, I mean, or whatever. Like, you could become the leader. You have an opportunity, not you, but everyone right now has an opportunity to kind of step out of isolation into the digital world, become a leader, thought leader at least. I think those are the people that are going to be followed when we're out of the gate from this situation that we're in. And I think now is the time. I can't stress it enough. I don't know if I'm sure you agree with me that now is the time to, if you're the type of person where you're thinking and you have this vision, but you've never really thought, okay, I need to translate that into reality. Now is the time.
for
You know?
sure, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, and just being aware that you already they're there, and just verbalizing it and maybe getting some support for it. But you're already there.
Right.
You're already there. It's enough. You just need to make it public.
Right.
So transactional and transformational. Here's what we were talking about. So transactional leaders use formal rewards and punishments. That's leadership from the 40s. Transformational leaders inspire and excite followers to higher levels of performance. Transformational is the next frontier behind authentic and servant leadership. Now it's transformational. It's taking authentic and servant leadership to a level that really exponentially creates amazing performance. And all you have to do is look at the leaders you admire in business, nonprofit, whatever, people like Jeffrey Katzenberg. I mean, just, you know, he is the most brilliant, one of the most brilliant entertainment leaders in the world. Bill Gates, you know, just some of the icons of leadership right now and what they're doing to transform this world as we're moving through this crisis.
And don't you believe that the reason that they're able to do that is because they can articulate their vision and move forward with it?
Exactly. Well, you need to lead by example. So the great point, Tina, in order to inspire and excite followers to higher levels of performance, you need to be inspiring and exciting yourself
Right.
first to
Right.
higher levels of performance. Leading by example, as I started with, is
Yep.
the foundation. It's the requirement. So like in order to get into college, you have to get a high school degree. In order to get out into your master's program, you have to get a college degree. In order to get into transformational leadership, you have to do it first for yourself. So what Tina was saying, this is the perfect time to turn a vision into reality. That is being a transformational leader by example, and then you can inspire others to do the same.
Great.
Makes sense. Okay, so I love this because habits are everything. And you know what? Whether we're a 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or we're an adult, habits are the same behaviors that are necessary for children are necessary for us. So getting enough, taking care of ourselves, balancing time between business or work and friends, family, just hobbies and things. And of course, I am always learning how to become a better person. That is my mantra every day. That's the first thing in one way, shape, or form. That's what I say to myself. I encourage others to do the same.
Cool.
So, Tina, why don't you read this one? This is an example of this.
Anything is possible when you work as a team.
And Tina, can you just address that really quickly, like in 3 words? Or 3 to 5 words. I know that is like so important to you. Why is that so important?
Well, number one, it's more fun as a team. And I think that's key. You learn more from each other when you work as a team. There's just so many benefits. It's you're limitless.
It makes your heart sing, right, Tina?
Yeah, and it's you're limitless as
Yeah.
to what you can.
And that is an example, not to interrupt you, but that is an example of turning your vision into reality. Tina turned her vision of creating a team into reality in a big way. And it all started with her leading by example. If you'd interview her, how many people did she have on her team? When she started, she had 1. It was her. And she led by example, and then she had 2. Okay. Next, I think last one.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
All right, so I'll stop sharing now.
Okay.
So if we were going to wrap this up, what do you feel is, the most important thing right now that somebody can do if they're listening to this and they go, I want to be a leader, I want to be a leader. Like what's that one thing?
The one thing.
I know, it's hard.
One thing. Well, the one thing, and then it's the thing, and then I'm just going to give how to do it, okay? I'm going to give the solution and then the path, okay?
Okay.
So it's to lead by example. Okay, just lead by example. That means, okay, so you would like someone in your business to come up with a new idea or a better idea to do business today in a different way. You'd like a member of your team to contribute to doing business in a different way,
Mhm.
trying something new. Okay, so you do it. So create a Zoom meeting, start writing down your best ideas and share them with your team. Do something that reflects what you want other people to do.
Right, the behavior that you want other people
It's
to
your
exhibit.
own behavior. You lead by example. And that's how I spend my time, helping my clients learn how to do that, helping them do it, not learn how to do it, do it.
So let's take 1 minute, quick minute, to explain what it is that you do. Madeline Klein, the momentum coach, does what for her clients?
Madeline Klein, the momentum coach, partners with motivated people to turn their dreams into reality, their
Fantastic.
vision into reality. That could be anything from a documentary about who they are and what they want the people in their business and their life to know about them. That can be a book like yours, helping the world of entrepreneurship, become better. That can be a course, a webinar that you do, little booklets that you hand out that show you wisdom. What I do is I help people share their unique factor that nobody is like you. So I help people like you share your unique factor in a form that is exciting and appealing to people and helps them learn.
That's great. Well, I mean, thank you, Madeline. You've helped me so much, and we've been working together, and I really appreciate it. You're awesome, and I do call you my professional nudge, but I love that because I needed that. If a person needs to have one of the projects completed, you're the person to get it done with them, and you're good at it. So thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming. Thanks for explaining, and I'm hoping that people will listen to this and they'll be inspired, and we'll put your contact information in the comment section below this video. And hopefully people can reach out. If they reach out, would you be able to do like a short session with them or something like that, discovery or?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll be happy to do an hour of complimentary, putting them in the right direction. And if they need someone to hold their hand along the way, I'm available. But if they can do it on their own, I'll be happy to just help them do it on their own as well.
Okay, great. And I think we have a link to your calendar so people can set that up. We'll put that in
Absolutely.
the comment section. So thank you so much I really enjoyed
Thank you,
this. And
Tina. Thank you
thank you for
for
all the nice
inviting me.
things you said about me too. I appreciate that.
It's all
Take care.
true. All the
Thank you.